Well, hello and welcome to Vlogmas. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Stephanie if you're new, and if you're an old friend, welcome back. What I'm going to be showing you today is probably going to shock you if you're from the food police. Just like, take a deep breath. It's all okay. I am going to be sharing some dessert recipes. So if that is not helpful in your journey, you can just like skip this video. I am doing an amazing collaboration with my really good friend here on YouTube and in real life. Her name is Krystal Hansen. So I will have her YouTube channel linked below. She's going to be sharing 2 recipes over on her channel, but honestly, like, her channel is amazing. If you're looking for inspiration on home decor, how to decorate your home, just everything, her taste is absolutely exquisite. Honestly, she has a very, very special gift with seeing, I don't know, just seeing how to decorate a home and how to put things together, especially around the holidays. Her home is like absolutely gorgeous. They've been remodeling, so there's all kinds of great content over there, but we are doing a collaboration on some really yummy Christmas treats, so definitely head over there and watch her cookie videos. And then I'm going to be sharing 2 really special recipes. The first one is going to be this amazing Rocky Road brownie. It's a brownie with melted marshmallows and frosting on top. It is my grandma Della's family favorite recipe. She always had a pan of these next to the stove. I just remember them growing up. And then I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious fudge and how to make it a few different ways. So if you're looking for some really yummy dessert recipes, either for yourself, your family, to give to people, definitely stick around and keep watching these videos. And then don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And then head over to Krystal's channel and watch her videos and subscribe there. And let's get baking. I've got my oven preheating to 375. I got my really fancy glass casserole dish greased, and yes, it has my name on it. Did you ever make these glass etched glass casserole dishes? I made mine at a church activity. First, we're going to take our 2 cubes of butter, 4 tablespoons of cocoa. I'm going to put this cocoa in the saucepan, and we're just going to melt it and then let it sit and cool. So if you're like if you're a high risk taker and you're not afraid of the batter, this is definitely a batter that you need to try. I mean, don't you just want to like eat that? And then this is just 2 cups of miniature marshmallows. I think all miniature marshmallows work okay, but I do feel like the Kraft Jet Puffed brand does win for best melt. So I'm gonna pop this back in the oven, and I do have my lid. I do have the light on, and so I'm just gonna watch these like a hawk. You want them to get puffy, but not brown. If they get brown, they're gonna be way too sticky. But if they just start to puff up, then they'll be easier to spread. So I'm gonna put these back in, and it does not take very long. So like, don't put them in and then go like change your laundry if you decide to make these. Like, you just gotta like watch it. Okay, these are looking really good. I think they could probably go just, it's close. Like, these ones in the back are looking perfect. I don't want them to start toasting though. So I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna pull them out. Okay, so you can see they're fairly spreadable. They will start to get more sticky if you play with them too much. So I think I'm gonna leave them alone, because you can see the marshmallow is starting to cool just enough to where it's getting a little bit harder. Yeah. They're getting sticky. I'm gonna ruin it if I don't leave it alone. Okay, okay, Stephanie, walk away. Walk away! Today's recipe is fudge. Now, my grandmas and my mom always made fudge at Christmas, but I always thought that I didn't like fudge because, no offense to them, but I did not like their fudge. I felt like the outside was always a little crusty. There was something about the taste that I didn't love, and sometimes they put nuts in it. So I always thought, nah, I don't like fudge. I don't like fudge. And then my best friend from high school, her mom made fudge, and my friend brought me some, and ever since then, I was like, I love fudge, but I love her recipe. So her recipe is the original one that's on the back of the jet puffed marshmallow container called Fantasy Fudge. However, this recipe has changed. So if you go and buy the jet puff marshmallow, the recipe is a little bit different than the recipe that I'm using. The new recipe says to use like bars of chocolate, like baker's chocolate, but the old recipe says chocolate chips. So I use chocolate chips. And I actually use milk chocolate. The old recipe says to use semi-sweet. I know it's a little intense. I use milk chocolate and I love it. So it's a very simple recipe. We're gonna have some marshmallow cream, evaporated milk, butter, sugar, milk chocolate chips, and vanilla. And then you are supposed to just put it in one pan. But I have lined these little mini loaf pans with foil just so that it's easier to like pull out. And I'm going to make one little batch of cinnamon. I have just some essential oils that are like safe to ingest, or you can go get cinnamon candy oil and you'll just want to use a little bit. You can also put the cinnamon, just like your spicy cinnamon in. A lot of recipes that are like a cinnamon fudge will just call for the spice cinnamon, but I'm going to use both of these and I'll show you how I do that. And then the same thing with the other kinds that I'm going to make. You can buy extracts, but I don't have any of those, and I have had really good luck just using like a couple drops of essential oils. And so one of them is going to be like the wild orange. So to me, it tastes like the orange chocolate, and then the peppermint has like that essence of mint chocolate, which, oh my gosh, I love. And then I'll have just a plain one. So it's really important that once it reaches like a rolling boil, that you time it for 5 minutes exactly. So I'll kind of talk through that. I'll just be doing a voiceover for the rest of this video. So let's get started with some fudge, shall we? Okay, so start out with a really heavy pan. The heaviest pan that you have will be best, and then add 3/4 cup of butter, 3 cups of sugar, and 2/3 cup of evaporated milk. And just make sure that you are not using the fat-free evaporated milk. And then just give that a stir. People say to use a wooden spoon, and I used a candy thermometer in this batch, and you'll see later on that I didn't use a candy thermometer in the other batch, but pay close attention to how it's boiling. You can see that it starts boiling, and then once everything is boiling, there's bubbles, not just on the outside, but in the middle too. This is when you're going to start your timer for 4 minutes. So wait until it's boiling all over. You can see that there's bubbles everywhere, not just on the edges. And you want to swirl it and not stir it. So don't get too vigorous with your swirling, because that can cause like weird crystallization. You'll see in this one, I did this batch for 5 minutes, and you can just see how much thicker it is. And then when you add the chocolate to the one that I overcooked, it's just a little bit harder. I'm having a harder time working in the marshmallows and the chocolate. It did work out, and the texture was okay, but you can just see it's just a little thick. Fudge is kind of finicky, so this next time I added the marshmallows first, kind of let it cool just a little bit for like 30 seconds, and then I added the chocolate in small sections, and this had the most creamy, beautiful, like perfection type of consistency. You can see the difference between this batch and then the batch that I cooked for 5 minutes. So then you just add the vanilla and stir that in, and then you'll put it in your greased pan. If you want to add the extracts, you'll just divide it into different bowls and add a few drops, mostly to taste. Just make sure to give it a good stir, and then you'll put it in your greased pan and let it cool for about 2 hours, and then you'll have the most amazing fudge. Okay, we have our bag loaded up with all the fudge. You look so cute, Cece. Everybody's in their little elf hats. I just divided all the different flavors, and then we're gonna give the rest to teachers and to the people at Dan's work. And we're gonna go walk around the neighborhood.